She was invited to this house on 18th Street in Texas City, Texas. But when this 55-year-old woman tried to leave, he said no, grabbed her, raped her between two cars parked in the front of the house. Then he dragged her inside and raped her again. Days later, Texas City police would make an arrest. But wait till you hear what they found when they executed a search warrant on the rapist's phone. It took a jury less than 3 hours to send 53-year-old Fabian Richard Lewis to prison for 25 years. It may be a death sentence. Lewis had tried to convince his victim not to press charges. We have the text messages. You can see her response. Despite a felony life of crime, Lewis had somehow found jobs in and around Galveston County government for decades. Lewis was first convicted of robbery, 1988. Sentenced to 15 years in prison. He served just 2 in 1991, another felony conviction for cocaine dealing. He was arrested for allegedly threatening to kill 2 Galveston School District employees while on parole. That was 2006, and Lewis was still on felony parole when he was arrested for sexual assault in December of 2020. Police found more than 1,000 videos on his phone, like this one, the swearing in of Texas City's Mayor Dedrick Johnson. But a lot of the videos were sexually explicit, we're told. But as detectives traced the sexual exploits of Mr. Lewis, they obviously traced the numbers he texted with.
We may not understand what he's saying now.
This is the youth minister and assistant pastor of the Greater St. Matthew's Baptist Church.
But we will understand it one day.
He's made the moves on our videos before.
By and by, oh, when the morning comes.
Not a bad singing voice. Yep, on the rapist's phone were texts and calls with embattled Mayor Dedrick Johnson. They were obviously close friends.
I'm thankful that God has not only elevated me,
but Mayor Johnson, he didn't want anyone to know what they chatted about. Bro, don't share what we talk about with any other. Fabian's response, I'm from the hood, for real. But the texts were usually not about politics. They were about women. Lewis sharing photos of women he hit sexually. He shared a picture of 4 women. That's the sisters, he wrote. I'm 3 out of 4, LOL. The mayor cropped out the photo of one of the women and texted it back. They all beautiful, Johnson wrote. But this one here, guess he was bragging. That the lady and a daughter I hit. Then another picture of a woman. You can see the image is redacted because the woman, we're told, was naked. The mayor's response, damn, she's fine. Because sending pornographic images by phone is a crime in Texas, and because the mayor was a recipient of one of those pornographic photos, the detectives went to the captain of the Texas City Police Department to alert him, to ask him what to do. He was not interested in pursuing the information. The text messages were given to the Texas Rangers. There's no evidence it went any further. Today, that Texas City police captain has a new job. He's now the mayor's controversial police chief in Texas City, Landis Cravens. Cravens and Johnson are blamed for a campaign of retaliation against their own police officers that has led to an exodus of police protection in a city with rising crime. We've learned it's gotten so bad that Texas City police officers even refuse orders to identify members of their union board for fear they'll get punished. The police union has endorsed the recall of the mayor, and other Galveston County police groups are joining in. The 2-term mayor is under fire for violating state transparency laws.
I think it's necessary, and I think the voters are the people that should make the decisions, not the elected officials who have the arrogance and the audacity to say, I know best.
For blocking discussion of a $1 billion 55-plus community called Margaritaville.
I've got a 30-member board, Wayne. Business owners, they know how important this deal is.
For putting taxpayers into tens of millions of dollars in debt so he can have a new city hall building.
I spoke to this Texas City resident of 82 years.
Things like the money he wants to spend on this new city hall annex place down here, just He's spending too much money.
And this week, Johnson moved to give himself absolute veto power, denying an elected councilman the right to put something on the agenda if he doesn't like it.
Is not just unlawful, it's undemocratic. That's an abuse of power.
A move to delay the mayor's total takeover of Texas city government failed. Folks, you should recall any city council member who failed to represent you in that vote.
The word that's being commonly used is dictator.
The discovery of these text messages between the mayor and the convicted rapist, well, that's kind of embarrassing. But how we found these text messages is part of our widening investigation into the illegal and systematic withholding of public information. Because Fabian Lewis is convicted and can't appeal, the records of his criminal investigation are public record. In early April, we asked the city of Texas City for documents detailing the investigation, and we made it pretty clear what we really wanted. All text messages and photos recovered from his phone by Texas City Police. 2 weeks later, we got an unusually fast response from Texas City. The files, including text messages, even the search warrant for the phone. But missing were any communications between Fabian Lewis and the mayor or those extracted phone records. We then asked for the same investigative file from the Galveston County District Attorney's Office. And that's how we got the text between Lewis and the mayor. As a result, we're amending our criminal complaint on this woman, City Secretary Ramari Lee. We've accused her of withholding public records systematically. The Galveston DA's office is now investigating that.
There have been no findings of any violations.
It's that kind of arrogance that will end up costing Texas City taxpayers more money. We are suing the city, and I'll prove the mayor isn't telling you the truth. We've now added the rapist text messages to our criminal complaint. The Galveston DA's office is now investigating that, but I get it, they've been busy. Ramari Lee is also responsible for providing petitions when someone seeks a recall of a public official.
So I don't fully have to provide a whole lot of answers to your questions.
Here she is refusing to answer specific questions about a recall requested by Texas City resident Josh McMeekin. Ramari, when are we getting our records? You're going to get the city sued. We posted a recent Galveston Daily News article on the recall on the Dolce Fino Media Facebook page. Hey, I made the front page. Virtually all the comments that came in applauded our investigation. Heck yeah, keep up the good work. Thank you for looking out for all of us. But look at this guy, Randy White, who made a long post on our page detailing all of the mayor's accomplishments, including providing relief supplies to the Central Texas flood victims. The response from the police union president, she accused Randy White of actually being the mayor. Dedrick Johnson and the Galveston Police Officers Union weighed in, quoting, "You feel your personal security outweighs the security of the residents of Texas City. The cost of the mayor's large security detail is one of the things the Johnson administration has been illegally withholding from public scrutiny. And Mr. White, guess what happened? He deleted his comments, but not before we got the screenshots. Why don't you search the Google images of this profile picture for Randy White, and it comes up as this handsome man holding car keys. It's another example of fake social media profiles praising the mayor as his town revolts against him.
Investigators say it's actually Texas City multimedia specialist Derek Miller.
Last month, one of the mayor's 2 communications officers was charged with felony online impersonation for creating a fake profile of one of the mayor's biggest critics, where he said nice things about the mayor instead. Miller is now out on bond, but still working at City Hall. The DA's office won't tell us if other city employees or public officials have been implicated in creating fake profiles. But we know one thing, there is nothing fake about these text messages, the ones between the rapist and his friend the mayor. With the recall underway, it's now up to Texas City voters to decide if it's time for the dancing dictator to go.